Alright traders, George here, and before we get too far into this third week here of January, I wanted to run through the first 2 weeks of the base signal here for the DSR model and oil, which is one of the most profitable day trade markets there is, if not the most. Incredible expectancy over a short period of time with relatively low margin, and it's a big focus for us in the live room, and this is just another example of why. Just looking at the black tip signals here, base settings, this thing has been on a pretty good clip here, but could even be doing better here. If you look at the short trades here, it's taken less than half of the gain brought to the table. On the long side, it's only got 10% of the gain brought to the table there. So it's done 65.80 since we've got out of the New Year's week there, starting on the 5th. Almost 56% win rate, 252 trades there. A couple things to give you a little better view of what's going on. The distribution on the entry times on half hours, one I like to look at. First thing in the morning, it's been taking some losses, but then it's been roaring back with some gains and then taking another little pause here. So this could be a bit of contraction coming out of London session expansion. Then we get some new expansion in the US session. That expansive move starts to contract a bit, and then they're right back at it. But that's about as good as it's going to look. It's really hard to factor out all the red bars, but doing pretty well there. For daily net profit, there's really only been one day that booked some losses. Other than that, it's been on fire, and part of that has to do with the filter set being used. Here's another nice view on this strategy here. You can see there's plenty of losses being booked here on fixed stops for these trades here, but there's also trades here being booked at break even based on conditions of the model, and then here are a lot of static scalpers being hit, and then there's some that are a little bit below that and some that are beyond it, and those are dynamic exits based on what the market's doing. So all in all, when you go to the trade count here and you look to this flow of expectancy as you start to trade, this is some classic stuff here. This one started out okay and actually built up. We got up to 1900 on this one, and then it just started to slowly book losses. Then they got really consistent here, and that pulled us down from 19 plus to underwater here, a couple $100, and then same thing, right back at it. Got back to where we were pretty quickly, and then superseded those old gains, and then no looking back for the last a week here. So it's really been on a tear, obviously booking losses here and there, but in terms of the overall expectancy, it's been doing really well. So a lot of that has to do with coming out of the holidays as well. Not necessarily everyone's back to normal starting on the 5th, which is when these trades start. Just the base signals, a real basic filter set there, 65.80, 252 trades, almost a 56% win ratio there, and that is why we do what we do there, gang. So use that link at the bottom of the video there. You can use that to hop into the live room. You can watch me trade oil live as well as gold and the equity futures. Run through stock ideas, option ideas, even look at some of the stocks you want to go through. We'll be right back at it tomorrow morning, and we'll see you there.